Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about embracing change. And change is kind of the same as adaptability in that you basically just know how to adapt to a situation no matter what. No matter whatever big change comes to your life or no matter the circumstances, you still are able to make a plan and map out how you're gonna traverse through that challenge and how you're gonna adapt to that change. So that's what embracing change is. That's what makes people really good at going to, no matter where they go, whether it's on the other side of the world or just the street down, they're still able to adapt to those situations and come out better on the other side. So I don't know about a lot of you guys, obviously, because I don't get many comments, so I'm not sure what my audience is, but I'm just gonna assume that most of you have not gone through a major change in your life, something that isn't groundbreaking, something that's not that serious to you or to anyone else. You probably haven't been through a lot of change, let's say moving from a different country or something. For me, I've moved I've moved 6 times in my life, and all of them were usually from a different country. So I've traveled a lot around the world, and my most recent one was when I moved from my old school to here, across the country, and that was during COVID too. So when I moved, it was also during COVID, and I couldn't really make friends. So that's just one of the biggest changes in my life that really led to a lot of character development, and also just led to me being a better person overall. And I remember when I first moved here, the change was so drastic that I just kind of shut down. I just kind of told myself that's it, I'm not gonna be able to do anything, I'm basically done, I hate this shit, I hate moving so much, all that shit, right? But what happened was, when that change came into my life, I started working out, and I actually started taking care of myself, just actually going out and doing a lot of cardio, going to the gym every single day. Even if it was at home or actually going to the gym, I was going to the gym. And it really helped me get rid of all that fucking fat all over my body, really get me down to a good healthy weight, and help me gain muscle, help me improve my mental health. And it really just did a lot for me that at first I felt was a burden rather than a gift. And as soon as I started realizing that change is more of a gift in disguise of a bad thing, I started really making a lot of progress every time something changed in my life. So when I moved, started working out, right? And it was very gradual at first, but then it really hit this turning point where I moved here, and I was okay, well, I gotta start going to the gym. So I started going to the gym every single day. And when I started going to the gym every single day, I was really lonely, obviously, because that's all I could do, really, study and go to the gym. And so what that made me was someone that was constantly going to the gym every single day, no matter what day it was, which was also a bad thing, I guess, when I didn't take any rest days. But that built my discipline. That built me up, and it kind of like shaped me like a sculpture. Because if I had not gone through that drastic change in my life, I probably would be the same guy I was like 3 years ago, not really doing anything, not really going anywhere, just kind of this pudgy ball of goo that wasn't really doing anything, right? But this change really ignited something in me to just start actually taking care of myself. And I'm not sure why drastic change leads to that. I'm not sure why us as humans, whenever something drastically changes in your life, you have this little burst of discipline and motivation and just that drive to go out there and do something that's really fucking good for yourself. I'm not sure why, but you have to take advantage of this as much as possible, because when you can actually build your discipline, that sets you up for life. It doesn't set you up for like the short run, it sets you up for the long run. The long run, to be able to do hard tasks and keep at it no matter what. That's what the real benefit of changing a lot is. Because when you build that discipline, you start craving a lot more challenge in your life. When you start getting good at one thing, you just want to go on to the next thing and get better at that as well. And that really builds you as a person, because it builds your humility, it builds your discipline, it builds your character, just knowing a lot of things, because you've tried a lot of things, so you just know a lot of stuff. And when it builds humility, it builds that characteristic of being really hardworking, because when you have a good sense of humility, you're constantly searching for something that will really challenge you a bit beyond the limits that you thought you could. And because you challenge yourself, it doesn't feel like someone else is just, kind of controlling you, kind of telling you, oh, do this, do that. It's coming from you, which is different when someone else tells you to do it. Because obviously, as humans, when someone else tells you to do something, you kind of scoff. You're kind of like, how the fuck can he just say this to me? Like, how can they say this to me? Like, they have no right to tell me anything. And there's that ego, right? But when you're really conscientious about your humility, not only do you search out for stuff that's hard by yourself, but you also listen to a lot more people's advice. And so you start taking into account what other people say about you, and then you think, okay, do I really want to implement this into my life or not? And you start really thinking for yourself, and you gain more respect from other people as well, because they see that work that you're putting in, they see that drive and that determination that you have, and it's kind of like an aura that emanates from you, just this sheer desire to get better will impact your life in all directions, positively, negatively, just all directions. It will impact it. So that's why I think really looking at change as something, as a gift rather than a burden, is something that's really important, and something that I really wish I knew a lot farther in advance, so I could stop how much suffering I went through, because all I was doing was self-deprecating myself and telling myself that I couldn't really do anything because, I moved and all that shit, right? So, yeah, that's the last video for this week. I'll let you guys know if I'll be able to post anything, as I'm going on vacation soon. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this last video for now. This is only temporary. I'll be back as soon as possible, and I'll be posting every single day like I usually do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.